All right. Obviously, very disappointed with our result. We had a number of chances to put that game away. Being up 28-14 in the third quarter, we felt like we had the game in our hands. Not that we had the game finished, but we felt like we were in control, and we thought maybe if we, didn't turn the ball over, maybe we could have kind of knocked them out a little bit. But obviously, I think in those situations when you turn the football over, you give team life, And it was kind of felt like back-to-back, even though it wasn't back-to-back plays, but it was back-to-back series. And when you look at that, that was a 14-point swing. So we had to do that better. Obviously, the defense, they've been doing a really good job for us, all season. But yesterday a little bit, that offensive football team, which I think's a very good offensive football team, they were able to make plays in the pass game and a run game. So they had 2 pass catchers over 100 yards, had a rusher over 100 yards. So we got to shore some things up there. And again, the tight end situation, the young man kept making plays, 87. So we just got to continue to get better, and we'll continue to work at it. And that has not been how we played on defense, all year. So, again, I know our guys, they'll go back and go to work and do better. Our special teams unit hasn't been good enough all year. I've said that. We need to continue to get better, got to cover better. Obviously, we got to return the ball when we return it, got to return it better. But again, we got to get these things better. And I'm speaking very firmly about these things because this is the first quarter of the season. So we really know who our football team is now, and that's what I told our guys. We know where we need to become a little bit more accountable, responsible, and get some things done by taking ownership and fixing it. And I think we'll do that. On offense, we can't turn the ball over. At the end of the day, we have 4 turnovers. One of those that goes back for a touchdown. I mean, that's 21 points right there. Take 21 points off the board, and we play offense the way we did. It's a whole different game. But that wasn't the case. So, and they're not all on Baker. But at the same time, I appreciate him taking responsibility for it. I think as a unit, I'm going to say it again, we got to continue to do better and assist and help him be the best version of himself as we go through it. As I said, the first quarter is over with. We've earned the record of 1-2-1. We know where we are. We got a heck of a second quarter coming up here, starting this week with a game at home. So we got a lot of work to do over the next week. The injuries, Terrence Mitchell had surgery this morning to repair his fractured wrist. That's a tough loss because I truly believe he was playing well. I think he was one of the guys who created turnovers in our secondary. So once he went out, we had to kind of mix and match a little bit per se, move a guy who was playing nickel out the corner and take a guy who was playing safety even and play him out at corner from time to time. We did a lot of different things that way to try to slow it down. So that didn't turn out the way we wanted it. But at the same time, those things are going to happen. That's football. We'll have a next man up mentality, and we'll get going. But, again, I'm not discouraged. I'm disappointed because I think our team is playing extremely hard. I think they're been in position to win all 4 games, to be very honest with you. You take the kick against Pittsburgh, which we didn't make, and you take the kicks against New Orleans, which we didn't do. We win the Jets game by Baker coming in playing extremely well. And this game, we're up by 14 at one point, and we go down, and then we go back up again by 9 or whatever it was. And so you look at that and you go, wow, this team is talented, is gritty, is tough. There's no quit in them. I like that characteristic about our team, but we got to learn how to finish. We got to learn how, when we got a team on the ropes, you got to give them that knockout shot so that it's no doubt. There shouldn't be any doubt. I know we talk about the officials, and there's some things that are questionable that I will send into the league. There's no question about that. But at the same time, let's take it out of their hands. Us as a football team, next time, let's make it to where nobody has anything else to say about how we win or how we lose other than us, and then we can live with it. So we'll move on and go in that direction and keep getting better.
So is that season ending for Mitch?
I don't think so. I don't think it'll be season ending. Obviously, he had the surgery. It's going to be some time, obviously, but I don't think it may be season ending.
We've talked a lot about this, and this is a new group. This is a new team.
Mm-hmm.
But you're having some of the same problems that are carrying over from year to year, and you still do have a core here. Do you worry about that cumulative effect of not being able to finish games?
No.
And
I don't see it the
why
way
not?
you do, because you said the same issues we had a year ago. We've never been this close since I've been here. Not as close as we've been in these 4 weeks. I mean, there are some games where I think, we played as well as we could play and had a chance, to win and make a play down the stretch. I know what you're saying. This team feels different. This team is more talented. I don't think there's any remains of the past teams. I know we can feel that because some of the similarities, not finishing the game. But I can't recall a game where we went down, being on the road like that, and came right back and went back ahead, way ahead, and should finish the game. So that was different. And it's been different all year, in my opinion. When I look at it and evaluate it, as I told the staff and the players, I get to sit and look from a different lens. We're a better football team. Now, we got to do some things better. We got to, make sure that the things that stop you from winning, we got to continue to correct. And we had done those well. We had taken care of the football, and we hadn't turned it over. But then yesterday on the road, that happened, And again, I know Baker took responsibility for it because he was the guy with the ball in his hands and in his possession. And that's the first time he started and played. And I know that's what everybody wants to say, but I expect even more from him. He can do those things. I've seen him do it. He knows how to do it. So, again, I'm going to take the responsibility for it all. We got to continue to coach better, continue to get our players more prepared and ready. Like I tell everybody, I'm really responsible for the process, but the players, they got to start being responsible for the outcome. The outcome is let's go finish this and win the game. And I think we will, and we're close, very close, closer than we've ever been since I've been here.
I mean, you're not getting the sense when you're on the sideline and Oakland's making the comeback that people are waiting for something bad to happen?
No, I used to. I knew what that was. No. It was a whole different feel. It's a whole different mentality on that sideline now. It's quicker of move on from that. Let's go. Let's go find a way to score. Let's go find a way to get them stopped. No, not at all. I think yesterday you're watching Demarius Randall play on 1 foot. And so there's some plays that I know for a fact he would have made if he was healthy. I think, you're watching Myles Garrett and them play a lot of snaps, because we need them to finish the game, and maybe sometimes some guys are exhausted, and we got to feel comfortable putting some other guys in there. I think you're watching on offense, you're watching a young player trying to direct some traffic, and all of a sudden here comes a snap that we all know shouldn't happen, but it happens. So I don't get the sense of what I felt before down there. I get the sense that this is a team that's really starting to come together and understand how close they are, and know now what they got to do is finish those things. You got to play one snap at a time as well as you can, and let's see where we are.
You talk about the defense, and they've been better than yesterday, and looks like Baker could fix his issues. But those special teams coverage has been awful now for 4 weeks. What are you going to do about that?
And we're going to work our butts off is what we're going to do. I think we can do some things better. We got to cover better. We got guys going down there taking shots at the returners, and we're not close. Now that guy was a very strong runner with the ball, but we in position to make some plays that we got to make, and we didn't make them yesterday.
One more on that, Julius Peppers. Did you tell him just stay in the end zone? I mean, Jabril Peppers.
Julius?
I keep calling him Julius. No, I'm too old. But
there's a couple of decision. Antonio Callaway's ball that came out and Jabril's ball that came out. Sometimes, like you said, let's just play from 25-yard line. Might give us the best chance because we sure wasn't blocking them very good yesterday.
A lot of fans very frustrated with.
I'm sorry?
A lot of fans very frustrated with some of those questionable calls that you mentioned previously. Did those frustrations echo in the locker room, and if so, how did you respond?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're frustrated by it. But again, as I told our players, and I think they've said it, not one call or 2 calls was the difference in the game. We had our chances. What we understand is let's take it out of the officials' hands. Let's play well enough and put ourselves in the best situation so it's not even questionable about a call. Let's do our part better. Let's not turn the ball over. Let's get more turnovers. Let's make 3rd and 1. You know, let's make sure we're better on third down, you know, on offense, and then let's see what happens then. And I think we'll be better. We'll be happy about that.
One of the key plays late in the game where the give was to Hyde, and he made the line, and then the call was overturned. But my question is, how much thought was given to, you know, it's tough to make 2 or 3 yards in that situation. How much thought was given to passing in that situation?
No, there was thoughts given to passing, but we feel good about, you know, our guards and our tackles. You know, we feel like we have an offensive line that should be physical enough and a big back. You know, obviously when you throw it, there's a lot of good things, a lot of bad things that can happen. When you hand it off, there's some good things that can happen. Hyde's been very successful in doing that, and I think he stuck the ball up in there the way you wanted him to. You know, there's some things they did defensively, schematically, that we can do better, you know, on the edge, but I mean, we felt like he had a chance to make it.
20.
When you're having games as close as they are, do you think that motivates young players, given that they feel like they're right there?
It motivates this whole team because we all know we're right there. I mean, we've played some pretty good teams. I told you guys last week when we were talking about the Raiders record, I forewarned you that that was just a facade. That's a good football team, a big, physical, tough AFC West team. I mean, I coach in that division. I know what they are. We've played, you know, some really good teams these first 4 weeks, and we're going to play even some better ones as we go. I think our players know we can play with anybody. You know, now we got to play well enough to win. That's what we have to do, you know, for 60 minutes or 70 minutes or whatever it's going to be. We got to go find a way to finish these games. And again, I know that's some of the same cliches you heard a year ago, but that's football. That's the way football is, and especially in the National Football League.
Did you consider going for a 4th and 1 there?
No. The ball's at the 18-yard line. We miss it. Yeah, we miss it, and you just, there it goes. You know, they're going to tie it.
They still have to score. They still have to get the 2.
Yeah, but why not punt them down there and make it as tough as you can? It didn't enter my mind. You asked me, I wouldn't do it. You know, to me, I don't think, you know, I'm sorry?
With that, did the fumble snap have anything to do with that early?
No, I don't think it was the fumble snap. I just think 4th and 1, and here we are up by 8. And our defense, I still, even though it wasn't happening the way we wanted to, I still believe in our defensive players. You got to let our defense play. There's Myles Garrett on that defense, and there's Kirko and Jamie Collins and Larry Ogunjobi. You got to give them a chance at it, you know. And obviously they'll be first to tell you we wish we could have did it better. But obviously we can't let the ball come running back at us, you know.
How did Baker Mayfield handle? I mean, he started out with the pick 6 on the second drive, seemed to overcome that. How did he handle just the whole seesaw nature of the game? How did he hold everybody together? What was his demeanor
I'm being
like?
very honest with you. I didn't see any blink in Baker. I don't on any of those things, and that's what was very pleasing to me. You know, I get a chance to look in his eyes, and he didn't flinch. Matter of fact, he's like, "Come on, guys, let's go." And I think when you have a young man like that who, one, takes responsibility, but two, I mean, I'm not going to say just water off a duck's back in a bad way, but in a good way that, hey, look here, this is not happening again. Let's move on to something else, and let's keep going. I'm going to make enough plays. We're going to overcome this. And that's what he did. You know, in the end, I mean, we were right there. You know, he put us in position again to have a chance to win that game. We just didn't do it.
Is that what you think it makes this different than what you felt
No doubt.
before in terms of that defeatist attitude?
No doubt. I've seen it. I've seen the sideline go. I've seen the air go out a long time ago. You know, when they first came back, you know, that would have been it. Let's just be honest. Game over. Okay, we've all seen that. That's not what it is here anymore. I mean, these guys now know, let's get the ball back, let's go score, or let's go out and play defense. I mean, to a defensive player, they'll tell you they're disappointed in what they did yesterday. To the offensive players, they'll say it's uncharacteristic for us to turn the ball over like this. So I hate to say it, but let's have one of these games happen now, you know, so we learn from it, grow from it, and get better as fast as we can.
What are the coaching points on the last 3 Baker turnovers? Not the pick 6 where Antonio fell down, but does he need to get rid of the ball quicker on the sack fumble?
No, the right guard's got to do a better job.
Does he need to take a step back?
No, it's not about. He's.
On the one where he's audible and JC snaps.
It wasn't taking a step back. It was just pressure. JC thought he felt pressure. There wasn't pressure. That's what it was. Yeah, pressure on it. It's a silent snap. So pressure of his hand being underneath his bottom, pushing up, didn't feel it. You know. Didn't do it, and so JC thought it was loud. Thought he felt something that didn't happen. Those things can't happen.
Would you like to see Baker check it down on the last interception at the end of regulation?
Absolutely. You know, yeah, no doubt.
You satisfied that the NFL got it, the officials got it right on the spot?
There's a lot of things I'm not satisfied about.
Did they ask you to, or could you ask for a remeasurement there then?
Yeah. Yeah, we could ask for a whole bunch of things, but you couldn't. I mean, I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to say something I'm going to get myself in trouble about up here. No. You guys are not paying the fine, so I'm not doing it.
I mean, obviously, you're going to ask for an
in.
explanation.
I'll send a lot of things in. The kicking of the football down the field right next to an official, the sack fumble on a quarterback. I mean, you guys want me to keep going? The spot. I mean, it goes on and on and on, you know. So we have to do a better job of us being in control of it, not the officials being in control of it.
When you look at Chubb's line in the game, it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Is it hard to get him carries because Hyde is playing well?
He got to get some. Hyde is playing well, but this guy's scoring touchdowns from a long ways away. You know, I was impressed to watch those 2 runs on tape today. They were even better than what they were on the field. You know, he ran away from some people on the first one, ran away from some people on the second one. I mean, it just looked natural and easy, and he was gone. You know, they couldn't touch him, and he made a guy miss, broke a tackle. I mean, it was impressive, you know. But again, we have good backs, and we know that. And sometimes it's going to be hit and miss where some other guy is making it happen, and then the other guy goes in and does it. You know, obviously between those 2 guys, they have big days. I mean, Carlos has been the bell cow. You know, we've handed it to him a lot. Obviously, Chubb's gone in there and made some plays here lately, and obviously Duke started catching the ball yesterday. So I think it's a good problem to have. You know, I think we got 3 good answers back there. We'll continue to find ways to use all 3.
Chubb's second touchdown makes it 41-34. Why not go for 2 there?
Why go for 2 then? Tell me why you say we're up 7, right?
Established early on you were going to be aggressive.
Yeah, I was aggressive. I was aggressive at the right times early. Okay. And I just thought then, again, I thought just making sure that we made the point after try. I mean, I've been touching Lady Luck all day in this game, you know, going for 2. So I just am very aggressive, as you said, and that was going to be my mentality.
You're up 7, and then if the Raiders score, they're going to kick to tie. Okay.
I understand. I do. I got you all the way. But when it was all said and done, we were up 8, and they had to go for 2. Okay.
Was there something specific in the game plan that allowed you to be, or wanted you to be so, as you call, aggressive with the 2?
I told our team last week that I don't want to play with my hands behind my back anymore. And I told them from now on we're going to be as aggressive as we can be. You know, we practice a lot of different things, those situations a lot. Then why not go after people? And I heard the room go, yeah, Coach, let's do it. So that's what this is all about. I want to change the mentality here. You know, we're trying to defeat people, not just beat you. We want to defeat you. And we need to do that. And we need to continue to do it and get it right.
4 of 10 targets for Jarvis Landry. I mean, Jarvis caught only 4 of his 10 targets.
We had way too many drops. We had 9 drops yesterday, period. We had 9 drops, and that's not winning. Yeah, 9. That's not winning football.
And so when you look at Antonio, you said yesterday, you know, he's just young. Mm-hmm. I mean, what can you do? I mean, you guys really need to count on him now, obviously, with Josh gone.
Right.
What can you do? How can he come up that learning curve and not be this guy that is inconsistent?
Right. Just continue to practice, you know. But I mean, I think you guys all know some of this inconsistency come with young players. I think maybe limiting sometimes the number of snaps, you know, that a player has to play. We're gonna have to depend on Antonio. You know, he's gonna have to make plays for us as we go, as you just mentioned, and we're not gonna shy away from that. But maybe not playing as many plays as he plays in a game will help him. You know, get to step back, take a look, take a blow, come back, and do it again. So I like him. Obviously, he needs to start faster in games. You know, I think the footing, and I think you guys can see why I wanted to take the team there on Saturday, why it was so important, because they needed to know what that felt like. I watched guys changing shoes on the sideline quite a few times because that needed to happen, because it's different, you know, when you're going full speed like that, and they found that out.
Do you think the mentality you referenced previously coincides with the way that Baker inherently plays?
The way Baker plays? I think, yeah, I think so. I think it does, but I think it coincides with the way we want our offense to play and where we want our team to play. You know, we've been very aggressive on defense. We want to be that way on offense. We want to be that way on special teams. We're not there yet, but I think we're working towards that.
Were there any other injuries?
No. He's fine. He's fine.
Is it then Carey and Gaines without Mitchell?
Yeah, I mean, they'll be the guys that are candidates over there. Absolutely. Gaines, Carey, Body.
I'm sorry, do you think those guys are having a hard time adjusting to the velocity of Baker's
No.
ball?
No. We drop balls. No, it had nothing to do with it. Those guys had caught balls the game before, so no, that had nothing to do with it. I mean, we didn't play as crisp early, and we dropped some balls that was, again, very uncharacteristic of us. We got to make those plays.